Qalandars are getting ready. It's a Super Sunday, so almost a day game to start off the Super Sunday. Qalandars have got a formidable bowling attack. We've been harping on their ability to dislodge any quality batting side in this year's HBL PSL. The two umpires for this contest, Shozeb Raza and Asif Yaqub. Probably a game away from the top 4 spot, Lahore Qalandars. So they've really done well and been extremely consistent. But they'll have their task cut out, because last time these two openers went out to bat, they absolutely blistered the opposition bowling attack. Usman Khaja and Colin Munro, two left-handers of different styles, but the pace was great and they played some sensational shots. David Gower and JP Dumney here with me to start off the day.
Well, there you are. You see, you get good left-handers in at the start of the innings and life is good. It was very, very different, wasn't it? When these two sides met right at the start of this leg, both Khawaja and Munro failed. A very different story that first day. Then they blitzed it next time round, so who knows what's going to happen today. But they will have gained immense confidence from that. And let's assume that they start well on what looks like a pretty good pitch. We'll find out soon enough. Let's assume they start well. It then gives us the possible matchup between Munro and Rashid Khan, which, bearing in mind the form of those two players so far, would be classic. Would be a great, great contest. But two very good teams, so a lot to enjoy today.
Yeah, afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon to all our viewers. Evening, wherever you may be. That man in your picture, what an innings. He played 90 runs of 36 deliveries 2 nights ago. But he's coming up against particularly 3 out of the 5 bowling options for the Qalandars, who've been the top wicket takers in T20 cricket since the start of year 2020. So, a great clash on our hands today.
Usman Khaja's quality will be tested by Shaheen Shah Afridi. I mean, they've got so many options. They could have started with Rashid as well. If Munro is a real threat, could have been Rashid up front. Right, Gillett countdown has begun. Moments away from the start. Four men in the ring on the offside for Usman Khaja. There's a slip in position as well. Straight away, some movement. What a good way to start the day.
Oh, I love the irony of this. Islamabad in batting first said they wanted to see the ball swing when the dew comes, when the humidity rises in the second part of the game. Well, it's swinging now. It might not swing for long, but it's swinging now.
Lovely seam position. And just about an inch or two away from getting an outside edge. Another play and a miss. No footwork at all, and he's as if groping in the dark, not knowing which way the ball is going to seam or swing. Lovely seam position again.
Yeah, perfect. And it's the length as well. That's why Khawaja is not going anywhere, because it's that sort of indecisive length. Not sure whether to come forward, stay back. In the end, staying back, watching it and missing it, probably the best option, to be honest.
Oh, Jaffa got him. Finger is raised. What a start. I mean, this is an incredible start for T20 standards. Honing in on that off-stump line, and third time lucky is Shaheen Shah Afridi. What a start. Brilliant piece of bowling indeed.
An exhibition of swing bowling. Looking towards that leg side. And as we saw in the first 2 deliveries, not a lot of foot movement from Khawaja. And this man in your picture, man, he's been bowling with great vigor. And what a start for the Qalandars. top of the table clash, and that's the start you want. Khawaja, he goes without scoring. 0 for 1.
Rail Nazir is still being persisted at number 3. Wicket keeper batsman, very young and rated. Former under-19 captain, but what a start. All eyeballs on Afridi. I think he's got another one. Yes, the finger has gone up again. Terrific blow. Yorker. Quite sensational this. We'll wait till the review.
Director, we have a review for LBW. Original decision is out. Front foot, please. Can you roll back? Yeah, freeze. Satisfied? No ball. It's a no ball. Yeah, satisfied. No ball.
A lot of drama. Well, the finger was raised, given out leg before, but now it's become a freebie, a free hit. Is bowled a no ball. Terrific first 3 balls from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Just a little wider on this occasion, couple of wider angles, and then he adjusted Shaheen Shah Afridi closer, and batsman opening his shoulders. I think to play that line to left-handers in the commentary box, you've got to remain side on.
Well, I looked at JP just afterwards, and when you've seen 2 swing away, you just need to keep a straight back. Even though you might think instinctively it's a different line, which it was, but it was the perfect line. Swung late, but if you're clipping it to leg, you are struggling there. Keep the bat straight. Even then you're struggling.
You've got to admire the control. I always wondered how he could deliver that Yorker with a new ball. I've seen the greats, and we had a couple of great fast bowlers when I was playing. They struggled to bowl that fuller length with the new ball. Beautifully held as well. It's a good catch. Jubilee safe hands.
It was a very, very good delivery. Excellent. And actually, to be honest, 1 or 2 left-handers apart from Usman Khawaja might have struggled with it. And then the next one, and that criminal act of bowling a no ball. It was, again, such a perfect delivery. Could have had 2 and 2.
His record is pretty decent as far as no bowling is concerned. In 4 HBL PSL editions, he's only bowled 5 no balls. What a time to bowl one, though.
He's still somebody that's fairly young. In the one-day game, oh, it looked like it was absolutely dead. As mentioned earlier, criminal act if ever there was one. 4 reds, he'll be sorely disappointed with that.
Brilliant start, except for that no ball. 3 for 1. Couple of changes for Islamabad United. Ali Khan for Ahmed playing today, and for Lahore Qalandars, Zishan Ashraf is in for Faizan. James Faulkner. Change of pace with accuracy. Chance at the keeper's end. Oh, he's missed it. Drop the ball. Avoid the collision, please. Please. Oh. Already seen a couple of nasty concussions on the field.
Oh, very sad to see, but clumsy. I mean, there was an error obviously in the running to start with. Monroe's call was turned down. And then with the panic trying to get back, the throw was designed to hit the stumps, I think. It was meant to be just hit the stumps and take him out, which would have been easy. The take was incomplete. Momentum carried the two bodies together. And this time would appear to be instant. Well, the first appraisal suggested something to do with a bit of a problem with his shoulder. But whatever injury is sustained under these circumstances, always a great shame. One hopes that nothing is ever too serious. Right, just looking back, the first game of this sector of this version of HBL PSL. Last ball win for Lahore Qalandars, and they were something like 16 behind when that last over started. A lot of opinions as to who should have bowled it and who shouldn't have bowled it. And when Hussain Talat did bowl it, there were a lot of opinions 6 balls later suggesting it wasn't a great choice. But great game, low scoring, but intriguing nonetheless.
All's well that ends well, so we'll have a restart. That really should have been an easy chance of a run out, because Monroe had no chance of making it back in time. Throw was on the bounce. I think the keeper had taken the gloves off as well. Mohammad Hafiz there. Easy gather. Could have done the job as well. I mean, there's this difficulty of reading the variations, and then he's got this seam up ball that does a little bit every now and then. How do you locate that?
Yeah, he certainly has the unique ability to be consistent in his length. And what we've seen from Faulkner, particularly in his first 2 games, his line has been very consistent as well. And that creates these opportunities to ask the right questions. New ball in hand. We see a little bit of seam movement and good bit of fielding, and come through for a comfortable one.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty innocuous when he started, and he was belted for a few as well, and then the good stuff began. Great change of pace, slower balls, the back of the hand ball that bounced just a little bit more, bounces a bit more. Oh, gone, yes. Pretty adjacent to the stumps, playing across the line to the ball. That was coming back into the stumps. Asked his partner, he said, no chance, you got to go, and so another wicket goes down. Nice seam position.
I wasn't quite sure why they reviewed it the first time, because that was stone dead. This just does everything that the left armour wants it to do. Just comes back in, straight on towards the stumps. Not a great day for Rahel Nazir. Out for one, it's 4 for 2.
Hussain Talat is in at number 4, 4 for 2. From a free-flowing start the other night to a more tense situation. Islamabad United got to dig in, make sure that there are no more accidents. Slip in place, 4 men on the offside in the ring, 2 on the leg side. Fine leg is up in the circle with the variations. Maybe he could have the third man up in the ring as well. Well, that depends if he's going to be hit over the top through mid-off or mid-on.
I must say, I've been surprised by the lateral movement that we've seen. Yes, there is a little bit of green grass left on the surface. And the fact that particularly these two opening bowlers have hit the seam consistently. We've seen some good seam positions, a little bit of shape on offer. Just a reminder, Islamabad won the toss and elected to bat first. So 3 runs from it then. Islamabad 6 for 2.
Number 3 boy.
What, 6?
Bats with an open stance, Munro. Let's see whether he's got the ability now to just buckle down. Pressure is on Islamabad United and he's the form player. And we know that he can recover the lost ground as far as strike rate is concerned. So few dots really will not mean a great deal to Munro, provided he's got the temperament to do so.
Munro has got some good numbers in T20 cricket, particularly in this year. He's averaging 45 runs of 459 runs in 12 innings. Strike rate of 146. So they certainly need his expertise to come to the fore in this situation.
I like the way he's adjusting. He's not really going hard at the ball. Watching it closely, trying to play it late. What a start. Great first 3 or 4 balls. Beating him hands down around that area, then changed the channel, the length was full up. This should have been out, but saw no ball. Lovely accuracy, and to adjust to right and left hand combination is quite a tremendous achievement for a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah, Shine Shah-Afridi might be 20, but he has more experience than that, doesn't he? He's been around for a couple of years, good 2 or 3 years now precocious youngster. He's gained a lot of experience in that time, and he's ranked deservedly very highly, not just in Pakistan, but across the world too. So he's a real talent, and he's showing that talent here today, all importantly. Do you know what? Apparently Islamabad are batting first for the first time ever in PSL, having won the toss. Important words, having won the toss.
Could very well be the last time.
If they'd taken my advice earlier, they'd be bowling right now.
That's a very good leave. I think you've got to prepare yourself to leave those deliveries or not play a lot to Shine Shah Afridi, because it's going to tease and test you around that area. Another slip? 2 slips, do you think?
I like it. Yeah, I like that as a sort of statement both of intent and of dominance. You can probably take, you can spread the, you've got 4 men in the covers basically, from backward cover to mid-off. Got that 3rd man in place for shots like that. Yeah, just when you've got the upper hand, because you can probably say that he's not going to be able to give it to drive you through mid-off particularly, and that's down to the bowler. The bowler's got the ball swinging, he's got the lengths right, there's no drive lengths here. Monroe as well tends to go more extra cover than mid-off, so you can just move the men round a bit, cover that gap, and just be aggressive. I mean, it's unusual, of course, in the context of T20, but nothing wrong with the idea. And of course, if you don't like it soon after, you can change it back. But his is a, potentially a very prized wicket. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, looking for a Yorker, I think. Relax, buddy. 8 for 2. Down the track and hits it rather nicely for 4. A lovely bit of aggression. I think it made a lot of sense as well, because he didn't go really across the line. It was all about showing the full face of the blade, thereby covering the variation, the slow ball and the seam ball as well. So good shot.
Yeah, great point, Rami. It's all about trying to get to the pitch of the ball, try and limit the amount of movement that we see, particularly in the first 2-3 overs. So it's a great shot from Talat.
Straightaway adjustment. Fine leg and 3rd man now both in the circle. Mid-on spin pushed back to long on.
Yeah. The other factor here is this is deliberately, I'm sure, designed to take Faulkner by surprise. Because the bowling has been so dominant in these opening 3 overs, the last thing James Faulkner was expecting was someone to run at him.
You can use your feet against Faulkner. He's not express, and so interesting how they go about playing him. Oh, missing the stumps. Oh, not really. Given, as he asked for a review here.
Better be quick if he wants it.
is not taking it. So obviously he read it as out as well. Little discussion with his partner, but Munro not opting for a review. Surprised with that seam delivery. Was it close? Hitting the stumps. Ooh. Leg stump.
Well, we might get a chance to find out, but it probably clipping. It's moved quite a long way, as you say. That's the first thing to note. So there's still that movement out there, but the finger went up very quickly. And Colin Munro opting to trust the umpire. Sadly for him, he's gone for just single figures this time for 4. 3 down for 13.
Seven wickets now for Faulkner. Average of 8. Shadab Khan, the skipper, is in. 13 for the loss of 3. So not an ideal start, clearly. After winning the toss, they wanted more from the top order. 2 slips. Qalandars looking to attack. Most of the batsmen have been in that reactionary mode against him. They've really not taken the game to him. Just a little shuffle, even though he mostly stays inside the line of the ball. But this was read as out, and batsmen thought about it as well, so he was gone. Ball is still moving, shaping away from the left-hander. Terrific start by the Qalandars with the ball once again. 14 for 3.
Yeah, the HBL PSL Hamare Heroes powered by Inverex Solar Energy. We will listen to Zohaibullah, a wheelchair racer.
Member of Friends of Paraplegic and Paraplegia Center, Peshawar. I am 4-time gold medalist and 2-time silver medalist and still champion in 100-meter wheelchair race.
Pace, bounce. Pretty good from Shaheen. Yeah, finally the signal came of buys. You didn't see it, but yeah, we're now wandering up here. Oh, have we missed something? We hadn't. It beat him. Bowling well, he's got it to swing, and then that time just change it up the length, bring it back so that you can't lunge onto that front foot. And then he'll be back in the zone, getting it to swing.
इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान को रिप्रेजेंट करूंगा एशियन गेम में एंड पैरालंपिक में, और पाकिस्तान के लिए गोल्ड जीतूंगा, इंशाल्लाह वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बनूंगा। पेरेंट्स को मैसेज है कि अपने बच्चों की माजूरी को कमज़ोरी ना समझे, उनके स्किल्स पे काम करे, और गवर्नमेंट को स्पोर्ट्स व्हीलचेयर प्रोवाइड करने चाहिए और रेसिंग ट्रैक बनाने चाहिए उनको।
Sajid Hussain, authorized dealer of Inverex Solar Energy, presenting the check to Zabiola, 240,000 PKR.
Yeah, nice one. Hero for sure. I remember Ernst van Dijk, South African wheelchair racer. Don't know if you watch a lot of athletics and Olympics and all of that. Baz and Sana.
He has got a dream to represent Pakistan in Asian Games. We have represented Pakistan in Asian Games as the women's cricket team, won 2 gold medals there. And it would be a great experience if he can do that, represent there. And I think the experience of being in that community with so many athletes from around the world, I think that's brilliant. So hopefully his dream comes true. He's definitely a hero.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, it's been so good watching him, Shaheen. And they've been good up front. It's 19 for 3.
पे 3 ऑलमोस्ट 4। जो पेस है फॉकनर की वो बहुत परेशान और तंग करती है, ऐसी टीजिंग लेंथ और इस तरह से गेंद करते हैं, और इतनी वेरिएशंस हैं इनके पास कि आप पहले से माइंड नहीं बना सकते एज अ बैट्समैन क्या खेलना है।
हाँ, जब ये बॉलिंग कर रहे होते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि बैट्समैन डिस्को में ट्विस्ट कर रहे हैं, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा। पेस है नहीं मगर बेइंतहा अकल है और पता है कि किन बाउंड्रीज में इन्होंने ऑपरेट करना है। स्लोअर बॉल भी बहुत अच्छा करते हैं, सीम अप बॉल का मूव कर रहा है। और जो लॉजिक प्रेजेंट किया था टॉस पे इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड ने पहले बैटिंग करने का, वो ये था कि गेंद इवनिंग सेशन में स्विंग करता है, मगर सारा जो स्विंग और सीम है वो पहले सेशन में ही लग रहा है। देखिए क्या बॉल किया इन्होंने।
अभी तक इनकी सबसे तेज गेंद 127 किलोमीटर, यानी ये बिल्कुल ही पेस ऑफर नहीं कर रहा है। कुछ एरियाज इस ग्राउंड में 80 मीटर की बाउंड्रीज हैं, यानी सारा जोर आपको अपने बाजों से लगाना पड़ेगा अगर बड़ा शॉट लगाना है। और जो आपने मूवमेंट का जिक्र किया वो और ज्यादा हेल्प नहीं कर रहा बैट्समैन को कुछ। और ये चांस यहाँ हो सकता है डायरेक्ट हिट अगर हो। कुछ शॉट सिलेक्शन भी बड़ा ऑर्डिनरी सा रहा है अभी तक के जो 3 बैट्समैन आउट हुए।
जी हाँ, देखिए पहली पहला पॉइंट ये है कि इनको किसी ने और तरह से खेलने की कोशिश नहीं की, कोई क्रीज का इस्तेमाल कि निकल के खेलते, क्योंकि मीडियम पेसर है तो आपको मजबूर करना चाहिए विकेट कीपर को कि वो विकेटों के ऊपर आके कीपिंग करे। कुछ इनको अपने फोकस से हटाना पड़ेगा। और फिर शॉट्स की आपने बात की तो वो क्लासी शाहीन शाह अफरीदी की बहुत आला थी, जो नया बॉल जैसे उन्होंने किया है। फिर रोहेल को नंबर 3 पे खिलाना जो है वो मेरे ख्याल से अभी उनके बस की बात नहीं है। यंगस्टर हैं, मनरो 2 दफा एक ही तरह से बॉल पे आउट हुए हैं, अंदर आती बॉल पे थोड़ी सी खता खाते।
गेंद बहुत अच्छा था शाहीन का जो उन्होंने पहले किया अप फ्रंट ख्वाजा को। उस्मान ख्वाजा मिड विकेट पे खेलने जा रहे थे उस बॉलर बॉल को। रोहेल बिल्कुल भी जो है वो एक अपने कोई कंफर्ट जोन में नजर नहीं आ रहे। पहले मैच में भी जो डिसमिसल हुआ बड़ा सॉफ्ट सा था, आज भी ये कंट्रोल में नहीं है इस शॉट के और नुकसान उठाना पड़ेगा। टिम डेविड ने कैच किया, फॉकनर एक बार फिर बड़ी सी स्माइल के साथ, और मुश्किलात बढ़ते हुए यहाँ इस्लामाबाद की चौथी विकेट गिर गई।
अरे कई यंगस्टर कमाल करते हैं। मैं फॉरेन प्लेयर्स के जो आए हुए हैं यंग बैट्समैन, उनकी आप बैटिंग देखें मिडिल ऑर्डर में, हमारे यंगस्टर्स की बैटिंग खासी बेतुकी सी दिखती है उनके मुकाबले में। अब एक ही फील्डर है पीछे स्क्वायर लेग पे, और खेलने के बाद रियलाइज किया कि क्या गलती की है। तो आपको फील्ड का नक्शा आपके जहन में होना चाहिए। एक बिल्कुल मीडियम पेसर से आपने अपनी एक तो विकेट गवाई, और दूसरा उनको अब 8 विकेटें मिल चुकी हैं इस टूर्नामेंट। हुसैन तलत सिर्फ 8 कर चुके, 20 पे 4 अब।
बीस पे 4। इफ्तिखार अहमद नए बैट्समैन आए हैं इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए। याद रहे टॉस जीत के पहले बैटिंग का फैसला किया है, वो फैसला उनके प्लान के मुताबिक तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं जा रहा। अभी जिस तरह इफ्तिखार आउट भी हुए, हमने देखा जो शॉट उन्होंने खेला है, पेस है नहीं, बॉल तो बाहर तो जाके गिरेगा नहीं, 75 मीटर भी ट्रैवल नहीं हुआ, हाथों में गई फील्डर के। डॉट बॉल के साथ ओवर मुकम्मल। पावर प्ले में इस्लामाबाद 20 पे 4।
पूरा जिस्म खोल के बिल्कुल इजी हो गया, अच्छा एरिया।
बहुत ही खराब लग रहा है ये स्कोर कार्ड। 0, 4, 1, 8, 5 नॉट आउट, 0 नॉट आउट। 6 ओवर्स में तबाही मचा दी लाहौर कलंदर्स ने। पावर प्ले खत्म हुआ, मगर अब प्रॉब्लम यह है कि लाहौर कलंदर्स की बॉलिंग में इतनी जान है कि वो इनको रिलैक्स नहीं करने देंगी। बहुत सारी टीम्स जो है वो पहले 6 ओवर्स में तड़पने के बावजूद अच्छे रन्स कर गई, मगर यहाँ पे मामला थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा है इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए। अभी राशिद ने बॉल करने हैं, अब हारिस रऊफ आ रहे हैं। सो बहुत ही अच्छी बैटिंग करनी होगी 140-150 तक पहुंचने के लिए। एक और आउट, पहले ही बॉल पे काम तमाम कर दिया, और हैरान हुए डिसीजन इन्हीं का था पहले बैटिंग करने का। गेंद हार्ड लेंथ पे पिच हुआ, मूव हुआ, और कीपर की तरफ से थोड़ी सी तसल्ली बख्श परफॉर्मेंस नहीं थी, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसे लगा शायद पहले ड्रॉप कर दिया उन्होंने। और दबोच लिया आखिर में आके। अच्छा लेंथ बॉल, अच्छा स्टार्ट। इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड की परेशानियां और बढ़ गई। 20 पे खैर से 5 आउट हो गए अब।
आसिफ अली एक के बाद एक। इस्लामाबाद की बैटिंग तो बहुत है लेकिन खत्म भी होती जा रही है। आधी टीम ऑलरेडी डग आउट में है 20 के स्कोर पर, और अभी पावर प्ले खत्म हुआ है। एक बार फिर विकेट देखते हैं। कप्तान शादाब की पहला ही गेंद हारिस का पावर प्ले के बाद ड्राइव में इनको आगे लेके आए और बैट भी बॉडी से दूर, हल्का सा मूवमेंट, इतना काफी कि इसने एज लिया।
जे डॉट फास्ट डिलीवरी, एक जिसको कहते हैं ना थोड़ा सा पफ ऑफ डस्ट कहते हैं। इतनी सॉलिड सरफेस दिखती नहीं है जितनी के दूर से नजर आ रही है हमें। तो नई पिच भी है, खतरे से खाली नहीं है नई पिच पे खेलना, क्योंकि 1-2 मैचेस के बाद ये सेटल होती है।
ब्राइटो पेन स्टेन फ्री परफॉर्मेंस है अभी तक लाहौर कलंदर के बॉलर्स की। ब्राइटो कलरफुल फैन ऑफ द मैच, आप लॉग ऑन कीजिए। साइन बॉल आप हासिल कर सकते हैं लॉग ऑन करने के बाद। पार्टिसिपेट कीजिए। हर मैच के बाद जो प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच होता है वो साइन करता है फैन ऑफ द मैच बॉल।
अब करना क्या इनको, मुझे तो समझ नहीं आ रही, क्योंकि थोड़ी सी हल्की फुल्की पार्टनरशिप तो लगानी जरूरी है। इस वक्त तो यही एक तरह से आपका अगला मरहला है कि किस तरह से 5 ओवर्स खेले जाएं बगैर किसी हादसे के।
ये बड़ी एक अजीब सी बात है कि एक टीम 137 का स्कोर 10 ओवर में कर लेती है और वही टीम अगले दिन 20 पे 5 होती है। इतनी बड़ी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एक दिन के गैप से।
कलंदर्स जो है ना डिफरेंट किस्म का अब चैलेंज प्रेजेंट कर रही हैं टीम्स को। बहुत ही अच्छी इनकी बॉलिंग अटैक है, बन गया है। राशिद के आने से और ज्यादा फॉर्मिडेबल हो गए हैं। और फिर अगर आपको ऐसा स्टार्ट मिले तो फिर आप गलती नहीं कर सकते एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट। बहुत ही आला पहले 3-4 बॉल किए इन्होंने। ये नाजायज एक सॉफ्ट बॉल पे गलत टेक्निक की वजह से रोयल आउट हो गए। फिर मनरो को प्रॉब्लम है इन स्विंगिंग बॉल पे, रिव्यू नहीं लिया। उनको भी पता था कि वो आउट है। और फिर हुसैन तलत का एक बेतुका सा शॉट। इनको थोड़ा सा गेंद अच्छा हुआ शादाब को, मगर प्रेशर की वजह से भी ये शॉट खेला इन्होंने। 4 रन्स मिलेंगे। सिचुएशन तो ऐसी है कि आराम से एक और स्लिप रख सकते हैं। 5 विकेटें गिरी हुई हैं, आप क्यों नहीं फुल ऑल आउट अटैक पे जाते हैं।
ये इस्लामाबाद का अंदाज भी रहा है कि ऑल आउट जाते हैं चाहे विकेट्स गिर भी जाए, लेकिन ये कुछ जरा सेंसिबिलिटी शायद ना हो। 5 आउट हैं 24 के स्कोर पे, और ये भी शॉट जो है कोई इतना कंट्रोल में नहीं नजर आया। आइडिया इनका यही था उधर खेलने का, ज्यादा दूर नहीं थी गेंद फर्स्ट स्लिप से। पूरी तरह से हावी लाहौर के बॉलर्स, और वही बात इन दोनों बैट्समैन के जहन में भी चल रही होगी कि अभी 4 ओवर राशिद के भी हैं, तो किसके अगेंस्ट स्कोर करना है। 7 ओवर्स के बाद 24 पे 5। 3 विकेटें फॉकनर की 10 रन देकर। पिछले मैच में 22 रन बनाए 7 गेंदों पर। प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच नहीं मिल सका क्योंकि राशिद पीछे से आके वो ऐसी परफॉर्मेंस दे जाते हैं कि फिर जो है फैसला मुश्किल हो जाता है कि किसकी ज्यादा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। और इनसाइड एज लकी रहे इस बार। इस बार भी कोई बैट्समैन की तरफ से इतनी कमिटमेंट नजर नहीं आई कि वो खेलना कौन सा शॉट चाहते हैं।
ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे गोल्फ बॉल से बॉलिंग हो रही है, नजर ही नहीं आ रहा है बॉल। मतलब आप फ्रंट फुट देखे ना, हिला ही नहीं है। आप ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि बॉल बहुत ही इसमें जादूगरी थी, कोई हल्का सा गेंद अंदर आया, मगर अगर आपका फुटवर्क ऐसा होगा तो फिर सीधे बॉल को भी आप मुश्किल बना लेंगे। इनके खिलाफ तो वो कहते हैं ना, जब पतंगबाजी हो रही होती है तो हाथ मारते हैं तो वो पसंद नहीं किया जाता, मगर पतंग जो है वो बो काटा हो जाती है। ऐसे बॉलर को तो हाथ मारने वाला ये बॉलर, इनको अपने फोकस से हटाने के लिए बदतमीजी थोड़ी सी करनी पड़ेगी। स्वीप शॉट निकल के खेल दिया, एरियल करेगा, सब पॉसिबल चैलेंज। अभी तो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए।
प्रॉब्लम यही नजर आती है यहाँ से कि जो या के बाद दीगरे डिफरेंट टीम्स थोड़ी विकेटें गिर जाएं तो शेल में चले जाते हैं। आप ऐसी एक इनिंग चाहिए जैसे 25 पे 4 हुए, मिलर आए और उन्होंने आके थोड़ा सा टाइम लिया और फिर हर बॉलर को बड़े बड़े शॉट्स मारे। ये फॉकनर की परफॉर्मेंस अभी तक की।
असल में सिकंदर, जब आपका फुटवर्क कमजोर हो और एक टेक्निकल पिच पे आपको खेलना पड़ जाए तो इससे बड़ी मुश्किल चीज बैट्समैन के लिए नहीं हो सकती। ये जो टेक्निक है ज्यादातर यंग पाकिस्तानी बल्लेबाजों की, ये परफेक्ट पिच की टेक्निक है। यहाँ पे आपको ज्यादा फुटवर्क की जरूरत नहीं है, ज्यादा मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं है। जहाँ पे मेहनत दरकार होती है वहां पे आपका फुटवर्क और आपकी क्रिकेट की इंटेलेक्ट जो है वो आपके काम आती है। सीधा बॉल मिस कर दिया। मनरो तो चले, इनको माफ किया जा सकता है क्योंकि पिछले मैच में बहुत धुनाई की थी इन्होंने। पाकिस्तानी बैटिंग टैलेंट को आप देखिए, बहुत कमजोर थिंकिंग और बैटिंग, प्रेशर में आके बिल्कुल घबराहट का शिकार हो जाते हैं। सिर्फ अपने एक्सपीरियंस से ये परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे हैं।
ये भी बहुत मिस किया है मैंने शहर। बहुत टाइम हो गया देखे हुए।
पहली दफा क्वारंटीन के बाद जो है वो इंसान भी थोड़े से अजीब से धुंधले से नजर आ रहे थे।
बाहर निकल के शॉट खेला है, इतना कंट्रोल तो नहीं था लेकिन वेकेंट एरिया है तो सेफ रहेंगे। 4 रन हासिल हुए। ये भी एक अच्छी टेक्निक है। थोड़ा सा अटैक वापस लेके जाना होगा बॉलिंग साइड पर। 8 ओवर्स के बाद 33, 5 खिलाड़ी आउट। ये बताता है अभी तक की सूरत हाल। यानी 8 ओवर्स के खेल में 29 डॉट बॉल्स हैं, तकरीबन समझ लें 1 गेंद कम 5 ओवर्स। यानी आप पावर प्ले अपना पूरा आपने साफ सुथरा स्टेन फ्री किया है।
पावर प्ले ठक्के का था, रोकने का था, ऐसा महसूस हुआ क्योंकि जब प्रेशर पड़ता है, विकेटें गिरती हैं तो आपके पास एक ही एवेन्यू बचता है सिंगल्स लेने का। और ये बहुत पहले करना करना चाहिए था इनफैक्ट, क्योंकि 4 ओवर्स के बाद ख्याल आया कि ओहो, फॉकनर को ऐसी भी शॉट खेली जा सकती है और खेलना ही ऐसा चाहिए था इनके खिलाफ। कदमों का इस्तेमाल, इनको जरा अपसेट करते हैं, इनके रिदम को, इनकी लाइन और लिंक को। एक और चलता बने, मुझे लगा थोड़ा ऊपर लगा है, चले रिव्यू बताएगा।
Third umpire to director, we have a review for LBW. On field decision is out. Front foot, please. Fair delivery. Front on spin. Vision, please. Keep rolling nice and slow. Can you go for ultra edge, please? Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Satisfied, no bat involved, flat line. Ball tracking, please. Stand by, waiting for ball tracking. Original decision out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Can you go back on field, please? Shows. I recommend you to change your original decision. You are on screen now.
अच्छा रिव्यू लिया. गेंद काफी ऊपर लगा था पिछले पैर पर इफ्तिखार के और इस बार बचत हुई.
ये भी नहीं कह सकते सिकंदर अंपायर को कि थोड़ा जा हाथ हौला रख यार, क्योंकि आगे ही सिचुएशन बड़ी नाजुक है. मगर ये कि ये तो लग रहा था जैसे कि पैड बहुत ऊपर लगा है और विकेट्स जो है मिस करेगा बॉल.
अच्छा हुआ पिछले बैट्समैन जो गुजरे उन्होंने रिव्यू नहीं लिए, वरना अगर रिव्यू नहीं होता तो थैंक यू हो जाता मामला.
खराब शॉट खेले ना, क्रॉस द लाइन खेल रहे हैं बैक फुट पे खड़े होके. सीधे बल्ले से तो खेलने का एटलीस्ट चांस लेना चाहिए ना जब आप गेंद रोक रहे हैं.
तेज गेंद करते हैं हारिस और इतना टाइम नहीं मिला. ये वो अपील थी लेग बिफोर की, पिछले पैर पर लगी लेकिन हाइट टोज पे हैं अपने इस वक्त जब इम्पैक्ट हुआ है. गेंद ऊपर से जा रही है. स्ट्रेट अवे इफ्तिखार ने रिव्यू लिया था. अंदाजा था कि गेंद काफी ऊपर लगा है. ऐसे मौके पे जाके आप यूजुअली एज अ बैटिंग साइड शायद सोच रहे हैं कि पहले तो हमने पूरे ओवर खेलने, और अगर वो प्लान है आपका तो फिर आप ऑब्वियसली मोहतात हो जाएंगे, अननेसेसरी रिस्क ना लेना चाहेंगे और फिर आपकी स्कोरिंग हल्की होगी. तो फिर आप शायद 15वें ओवर तक अगर आप इतनी ही विकेटें गिरी हुई हैं फिर जाके आप अपने हिटिंग करें, अगर आपका बैटिंग लाइनअप इस्लामाबाद की तरह अच्छा डीप है.
देखिए दो तरह से आप सिचुएशन को सुधार सकते हैं. एक तो जैसे आपने कहा कि खड़े रह के पार्टनरशिप मोहतात अंदाज से खेलते रहें और फिर देखें एंड में अगर आपकी फॉर्म लगी रहती है और अपोजिशन बॉलिंग खराब करती है तो फिर आपको थोड़ा सा एडवांटेज मिल सकता है. दूसरा अंदाज जो है वो है कि आप काउंटर चार्ज करें जैसे मिलर ने किया. कॉन्फिडेंस रखें, आपकी जो पक्की शॉट्स हैं उन पे एतबार कीजिए. बहुत आला शॉट, ये नेचुरल टाइमर तो है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. लिंक बॉल, हार्ड लिंक, चौका लगाया, कॉन्फिडेंस भी आया होगा. और इसी तरह से खेलने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि जब आप डिफेंसिव मोड में चले जाते हैं तो कई दफा जो लूज बॉल्स हैं वो आप मिस कर जाते हैं, क्योंकि आपको हमेशा ये लगता है कि अभी आउट हुआ, कहीं मैं ना आउट हो जाऊं. मगर मोहतात अंदाज से खेलते हुए जब लूज बॉल मिले तो फिर उसको कोशिश यही करनी चाहिए कि उस पर हमला किया जाए. अच्छी शॉट.
और इनिंग्स में ऐसे मौके जरूर आएंगे जहां कोई बॉलर ऐसा लूज बॉल दे दे तो आपने उस पर फौरन कैपिटलाइज करना है. ये गालिबन कोयटा की टीम प्रैक्टिस कर रही है
फुटबॉल की.
ये बहुत ही शानदार शॉट, पक्का शॉट. आसिफ का पूरे कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ इन्होंने इसको खेला, जल्दी लेंथ रीड कर ली. 9 ओवर्स के बाद 42, 5 खिलाड़ी आउट. 42 पे 5. इसके बाद मूसा, वसीम, फवाद, फिर बॉलर शुरू हो जाते हैं. और अब वो मौका आ गया है जिसपे प्रॉबेबली सबसे टफ टाइम हो सकता है बैट्समैन के लिए. राशिद अपना स्पेल स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं.
एक और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फिर इस पेयर पे बन जाती है ना चाहते हुए भी, कि पीछे कुछ भी नहीं है, बॉलर शुरू हो जाएंगे तो आपको फिर ये कॉम्बिनेशन मिक्स ढूंढना है जहां पे अटैक कर सकें और डिफेंड भी कर सकें. स्माइल सुपर 4 था, ये बहुत अच्छी शॉट खेले थे ऑन दी अप. जब ये इनका बॉल लेग स्पिन होना शुरू हो जाता है तब ये डबली डिफिकल्ट हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि लंबे लेग स्पिनर नहीं है स्पिन करने वाले बॉलर, ज्यादातर टॉप स्पिन करते हैं. गूगली बहुत अच्छी है, मगर ये आइडियल यहाँ पे कंडीशंस हैं. गेंद ग्रिप कर रहा है, स्पिन भी होगा, एक्यूरेट बहुत है फॉर अ लेग स्पिनर. मैंने इतना कोई एक्यूरेट सर्किट में बॉलर नहीं देखा. हर दफा विकेट्स पे एम होता है इनका.
एक और चीज ख्याल इनको ये भी करना होगा, अगर आप कदमों का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे और अपने क्रीज के अंदर खेल रहे हैं इनको, तो फिर या तो आपके हाथ बहुत तेज हो बल्ले को सही टाइम पे लाने के लिए, क्योंकि इनकी बॉल एकदम से गुजर जाएगी और ज्यादा चांस मिलेगा नहीं बैट्समैन को बैकफुट पे.
सिर्फ मैं उम्मीद यही कर रहा हूं कि किसी तरह से 140 तक 100 रन अगले 10 ओवर्स में बड़ा मुश्किल काम है, मगर जो भी स्कोर करे. हमने देखा था पिछला मुकाबला अच्छा इन्होंने फाइट किया था इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड ने, 145-44 का जो स्कोर था. अच्छा वेट किया, बीट कर दिया था उन्होंने इनको, मगर थोड़ा सा जो पॉज लिया इन्होंने उससे बचत हो गई आसिफ अली की. सो कहीं 130 होता है सिकंदर. उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है, मुकाबला शायद तगड़ा हो जाए. पाक व्यू सिटी का सवाल है, which batsman was judged as best batsman of HBL PSL. 47 पे 5, 10 ओवर्स खत्म.
Right, the plot. To win that plot, or in the meantime, just a tablet. Which batsman was judged as best batsman in HBL PSL? And that's in 2017. Go to the Facebook page to get your answer in to win that tablet today, and in for the draw for the plot at the end of the league. We have a new bowler, Ahmed Daniel. And he's got some high standards to live up to. Very high quality seam bowling, pace bowling has been on show so far today. And they need to keep the pressure on as best they can.
JP, I mean, you've played against Rashid Khan, either internationally or IPL. How do teams look to approach him? Do they look to be quite conservative, try and limit the damage? Or do you have to have an attacking mindset, still go out there and look to score runs?
Well, it's a great shot. That is a lovely shot. The man was out there, which makes it a very, very brave shot. But it had enough on it to carry the distance and carry the man. That HBL 6 counter heads on upwards yet again. It's a good strike.
Well, to answer your question, Grant, this is generally the sort of favourite approach You try and take on the other bowlers and try and limit the damage. And Asif Ali, he's identified that and done it really well up until this point.
A little bit of pace taken off the ball. The shot is the result of that. Just placed away onto the onside for a couple. Big gap out there.
Well, he got the length that he was looking for. As JP Durmani said, when you've got someone of Rashid Khan's class on the other side, you have to try and get runs from elsewhere. Danielle putting him under pressure early on in the over.
Again, pace off. It was still a brave shot though, wasn't it? And I'm wondering whether it was just instinctive. Because if you know the man is out there at long on, then you know you've really got to nail the shot. I mean, there's an element of risk in it. Well, it was a highly charged shot, full of sting.
I had an opportunity to play alongside Asif Ali, and this is where he was so successful for Islamabad United a couple of seasons ago. He had this unique ability to come in dire situations and turn the game around. You speak about instinct, and this is, you think about instinct, this is his natural game. Being aggressive. He's been a little bit short on runs in recent times, but this is a great platform for him to really get his heels kicked in and put in a big performance for Islamabad.
Toe of the bat, I think. The short ball there. 59 for 5. .59 for 5 after 11. Wow, that's gone high and long. That's one way to play Rashid Khan.
Well, that is a magnificent shot under pressure. HBL Tournament 6, number 240. Tell you what, we haven't seen anyone really dominate Rashid Khan yet. This was on middle stump. Leg spinner. Asif Ali dropped the knee and placed it perfectly over cow corner for a maximum.
You mentioned a little bit earlier, David Gower, how he had the ability to read the googly. And often when you have that ability, you feel a lot more confident when you know what's coming. And even though, yes, more times often than not, the slug sweep is a premeditated shot. When you have that confidence to back it up, you know that you can commit to that shot. And great execution by Asif Ali.
A little quicker, a little flatter, and a lot shorter. But ironically, just the one. Can it be Saturday? The head and shoulders move.
Oh, Rash, in. Well done, Fakar.
In those last two deliveries, JP, you talk about that shot and the ability of Asif Ali to read Rashid. He's just got a little bit flatter now. He's been hit for 6, he's flighting it up. A lot flatter, trying to be forced to hit for one.
Googly goes quite a long way and far enough down the leg side that it's called a wide.
I also think in this situation, it's 68 for 5. He's got 5 fielders out. Feel like he could almost be a little bit more aggressive. They've got the slip in play. Bring either the mid-off, mid-on up. Probably more likely the mid-off. Try and force another wicket here.
Goes again, hasn't got hold of this one in the same way as he did earlier in the over. Bisects the fielders, but without the distance, without the clean hit, just picks up 2.
Nice, boys. We like this, Rashi. We've seen it all before here, boys. Come on. Well done, boys. Well done. Looking good. Now, mate. Matter of time, boys. Matter of time here. Come on.
Oh, well bowled. Well bowled.
Oh, Rash.
One to finish off the over with. 71 for 5.
Live streaming in Pakistan, 10 of them. B Sports, MG1.TV, Zong Cricket, Zong TV, Jazz TV, Geo Network, TapMat, Cricket, B Sports and Zalmi TV. So everywhere you go, you don't have an excuse not to stream. 51 this partnership, and we've seen a little team in this Abu Dhabi part of HBL PSL 6. Even if you have a poor power play, you can, well, not make up, but you can get runs after that. And you can have a peak screen smile moment even if you lost 5 in the power play. Yeah, we saw it with Peshawar last night. We saw Lahore Qalandars, even Islamabad United in their game. They didn't have a good first half in batting, and then they made it up or got so many runs that they ended up on the right side winning the game. Right now it's 130. That could easily go up.
Yeah, and I guess what then happens is you're trying to figure out which do you do first when you turn up here in Abu Dhabi.
There you go, slow one, and that has been smoked. It's a huge ground, huge boundary, cleared it all.
And that's HBL Tournament 6's 241. And Asif Ali is in great form, picking it up very quickly, the slow one, and he's almost hit the drone with this one. Rashid Khan calling, catch it, but no one had a chance to catch that one.
Yeah, so which do you do? Bat first, bowl first? And I was not surprised to see Shadab Khan decide that he's going to bat first. The issue then becomes trying to ensure that you don't have so much damage done in the first part of the game, in the power play.
Goes leg side, gets it in the gap, another boundary.
And this time, Ahmed Daniel forced to bowl it short. He bowled it a little up and it was out of the park. This time it was short, rocking back and making sure he bisects that gap between mid-wicket and long on.
Yeah, beautifully played. Yeah, and touch of the bats for some luck. Doesn't need it at this moment. He's playing brilliantly. Asif Ali, 49 from 27. Too much damage down up front though. You look at the way the games have gone. First one chasing, and the general theory had been about chasing. Then 2 games where teams batted first and defended. And then in the next one, it was Islamabad United who absolutely smoked the Gladiators. And in that, you'd have looked at it and gone, well, actually, Gladiators didn't put up much of a fight. They capitulated, didn't put much on the board. And so couldn't really look at that game and say chasing was the way to go. They won with 10 overs to go. It seemed pretty simple.
50 of 28 deliveries. Asif Ali striking at 178.57. His third PSL 50, but look at the career strike rate, 162. He's gone better, 178 today. Needs to carry on though.
They desperately need him to carry on. Is he in your team though? You'll play Jubilee My Stars 11 fantasy cricket. He'll be scoring you heaps of points. He's not done yet. You probably can't change your team in the course of a game. Sorry, no.
What about the concussion replacement?
Oh, yeah, well. Well. So nasty, Sana.
Well, that has happened twice in the last 2 games, so that there is a chance for that.
So all of that, what you've told us, chasing, batting first, chasing, what do you do when you win the toss?
I think bat first.
Bat first?
I do think that. Oh, she's got a worm.
That worm was very popular.
She.
That's how they keep blaming. One off the last delivery. It's 83 for 5 after 13.
And that means it is time for the Tapal T strategic timeout. Yes, strategic timeout, Tapal T. Well, Islamabad United doing well. Lahore Qalandars might just need a little rethink. We're just about back from the Tapal T strategic timeout. And we've got Shaheen Shah Afridi. Shaheen, singer hai, jod hai, takda hai?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह खैर
आपने बाकियों को पश्तो सिखा दिया है क्योंकि काफ़ी फ़ख्र हैं आप हैं राशिद खान हैं बाकियों को इशारे देते हैं आप पश्तो में
ऐसे ही है थोड़ा उनको समझ आना शुरू हो गया
ये बताएं कि हारिस आपसे मुकाबला करता है कि ज़्यादा तेज़ बॉलिंग करनी है मैंने तो आप उससे मुकाबला कर रहे हैं या बस शुगर लगा रहे हैं
नहीं आई थिंक हारिस काफ़ी टैलेंटेड है और वो कोशिश कर रहा है कि वो टीम के लिए परफॉर्मेंस दे
नो बॉल आपने कर दिया नो बॉल करते नहीं है आप तो आउट तो हो गया था लेकिन बड़ी देर बाद आपने पहली दफ़ा नो बॉल किया
बहुत टाइम बाद और लकी था तो कोई बात नहीं वैसे हमने कवर किया था अभी इंशाल्लाह देखते हैं और कवर कर लें इंशाल्लाह लास्ट में
चलें और भी कवर करें थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड वेल बोल्ड
शुक्रिया जी
Yeah, cool. Rashid Khan. He's not been as successful today, but number one bowler. Oh, hello. Zishan Ashraf. Misfield come back for two, so bit of pressure now back on Qalandars.
Come on now, come on boys.
Karachi Kings, Herschel Gibbs, telling them all about how to deal with the heat.
Bowling.
Mate, put us out of our misery. You haven't told me what Shaheen has said. I know you asked him about a no ball. You asked him about Harris as well. But you haven't told us what he said.
Come on now, boys. Come on now.
Well, he said that now the power game is that you need to speak Pashto. Rashid Khan does it. Fakhr Zaman does it. So they're trying to make them understand. Shot pulled away, out of the park. Asif Ali dealing in sixes.
And that's HBL tournament sixes, 242. This time, Rashid Khan bowling that googly, but Asif Ali, who is in great form, pounces on it, reads it really well, reads it quickly, and out of the park. 69 meters.
Rashid. Come on, Rashid. Come on, boys. One wicket here. Come on, one wicket here. Oh!
This time, bounce saves him. There's plenty of spin on offer, but the bounce in the end saved Asif Ali.
Thank goodness for that helmet, I tell you. Wow. Ben Dunk has already been in a bit of trouble with regard to his face and being hit on the face. It had a cut and stitches. And have a look at this. Gone for all money, you think, and whoop, climbs and smash into the grill. And in the end, I'm not sure if he's trying to catch the helmet or if he's trying to catch the ball, but they're all together as they go down. Good from the ump. He's just walked up to him and he's asking him a question or two, and he's saying, hey, you've been hit on the helmet. And he's talking about concussion, I guess.
Right through.
And he's still not like strapped the helmet up. He's still just placed it on his head, and that's why it got off so quickly.
Oh, Rash, in.
94 for 5. Yeah, 36 balls now remaining, 94 for 5, and after the start, Islamabad United be pretty happy because this man has been on song.
Yeah, lovely shot, and perhaps backed into a corner and deciding that there's no other way to go at this. Fight fire with fire. No point just poking it about and ending up being 100 and 110. You lose anyway. So decided to take them all on. And it's been to good effect. 57 from 31 to this point. They need him to keep going. 6 overs to go. Maximize on those and see where they can get to. 10 and over gets them 154. That would be challenging. They would like more, of course.
Between overs. Pashto again. Rashid Khan just having a word with Iftikhar. Hammered through the offside. This will race away.
And this time it's Iftikhar Ahmed coming to the party. Ahmed Daniel bowling it too full. And Iftikhar Ahmed playing a lovely drive there. That's the bowler they want to pick, and he has offered a very easy 4 on the very first ball of the over.
He goes through the offside again, timed quite well, come back for 2. Now the pressure on Ahmed Daniel, he's into his 3rd over, the 100 comes up with that. And before it gets too crazy, time for the Chapal T. Don't miss out. Yeah, he's got to, well, he has to get through this over. He's got 1 more to bowl, so pressure on Daniel.
That's better. I was just checking his field, and a couple of deliveries that he's bowled with mid-off up in the circle and full and just outside off stump. It's a free hit to the batsman. And Iftikhar first shot was a really good shot, just a normal drive, and what he had to do was find the gap. He did that. But so important for Daniel to bowl to his field. Just ensure that he's bowling to where he's got protection. Make the batsman hit the ball somewhere, not just run up and bowl it.
Yeah, better length. You've got to either go Yorker or go commit to the bouncer. You can't bowl that in between length at all.
Yeah, depending on what you've got as a field. So he's moved mid-off back to the fence and mid-on's back on the fence as well. So going for the Yorker is understandable. And the reason he also goes offside, I think he had 3rd man back. So that's where he had some leeway. Fine legs up in the circle. Now same sort of field kept, and sweepers are offside as well. So he's got to be straight on the stumps.
Yeah, just that almost a deep gully on the fence, and it's gone straight to him. So maybe he's decided now that the fuller the better.
Absolutely agree with you, Pommy. In the last 3 deliveries where we only saw singles, the main difference was that he was bowling to his field. He had the fielders in front of the wicket and the sweepers, and he was bowling full. And that's what you need to do as a bowler. If you are getting a field from the captain or taking it yourself, you need to stick to it.
Sweepers out offside, a squarish 3rd man, a deep extra, a long off, long on out as well. That's lovely bowling. Maybe there'll be a couple of runs, but the better option, going full and straight. 11 off the 15th. It's 105 for 5. Yeah, this partnership going well. They need to carry on. Maybe what we've seen in this HBL PSL 6 is that it's gone even better in the last few overs and it's come to that situation. Islamabad moving well. They've like that head and shoulders. Can they say Boj Hata, they move. They need a bit more of that to Islamabad. Yeah, so Haris Rauf brought back into the attack. This is his third over, so maybe just looking for that one wicket to stem the flow of runs. Haris Rauf into his third over, so he'll have one more, and then there's one from Rashid, one from Daniel, and one from Shaheen. So they'll have to look at Daniel, maybe single out that over especially. You get some runs, but I think it's got to that situation where Islamabad United will be looking at least at 10 and over from here on end. A peak free smile moment. I think chocolate donut is the way to go. Donut cake. Strawberry, well, for me, strawberry? No, chocolate.
Nothing wrong with strawberries.
You also have to think about who you're going to face in these last 5 overs. And maybe you fancy one of the bowlers, or Asif Ali fancies one of the bowlers. So batting in a partnership, you also have to look out for that. Maybe they've just communicated, look, I fancy Haris Rauf, or I fancy Daniel, or whatever. So it'll be interesting how these two pair up in the last 5. Well, he bowled full tosses down the leg side. Well, everybody will fancy that. Boundary.
So the plan from Haris Rauf is simple, that he wants to bowl full, but not that full that it's a full toss. And Asif Ali making sure he passes that short fine leg fielder for 4 runs.
Yeah, pity really. You can miss, it can happen. But what you don't expect of yourself is that you'd miss line and length. You know, you can miss one of them and you might still get away with it. There, his leg stump and he's missed the length is too full. And so that's generally going to be fetched.
Beautifully played. Just that touch in his game. Short, outside off, third man in the circle. He's just placed it, timed it. No muscle, just timing.
Again, this is missing line and length. He's looking for a slowie. The field is set with third man and fine leg up in the circle. Can't be wide at all. Really need to be making them hit the ball up the ground, down the ground. Yeah, not good from an experienced bowler, from an international bowler.
Goes full and straight. Better. Closer to the stumps.
The last 30 deliveries, Islamabad has accumulated 57 runs without losing any wicket, and that's been the key. And what they have done really well is to take advantage of all the bad deliveries and take calculated risk, not play any rash shots.
Yeah, that's terrific. If you want to be bowling at the back end, you need to be very straight. And once you nail that Yorker, no, Yorker doesn't go out of fashion ever. And the thing with these two players, especially Asif Ali relies on strength in hitting those big shots down the ground. He won't, very rarely will he try the ramp shot, so the Yorker is a pretty good option.
Like jeans. Forever in fashion.
Faded jeans?
Just jeans. Jeans. Can't go wrong with jeans and a t-shirt.
Boot cut. 116 for 5.
It's a grand comeback. 116 for the loss of 5. At one stage, they were down and out after first 6 overs. Grand recovery from Iftikhar and Asif Ali. That slice, will it get past the fielder? I think that's been dropped. James Faulkner there in a bit of a tangle. They needed this not to be.
More than a tangle, he tied himself in knots there. They are tricky, they're always hard. You've got to make a bit of ground backwards first, try and get in the right position, but he went a bit too far. And then it's a stretch to get the hands back on the ball. He's just off balance, out of position, and being forgiven for now.
When you're under pressure, you tend to miss out on loose stuff, but credit to this pair for making sure that every loose ball was punished. Over to Lord Kaur.
Ah, yes, I remember this one. Answer the question and win a plot. Who was the most prolific batsman of HBL PSL 2017? This is the Parkview City question. Get your answer on the Facebook page. You win that tablet today and maybe share the plot at the end of it all.
Big shot straight down the ground. Will find the fence. This is excellent batting. 100 partnership comes up. Kind of an epic comeback this from Islamabad United.
Another great shot of dominance here from Asif Ali. Got the length he wanted. He opened that front leg and just pumped it down the ground for another boundary. What a fighting comeback led by that man.
.101 of just 63 balls. Got it high on the blade. Is that over the waistline? How is this being read by the umpires? It's okay.
The one thing Asif Ali has done well is he's been selective. He really has selected his deliveries based on line and length. He's played a conservative game, almost risk-free game to get the total that he has now. And great to watch.
Edge Goes for 4. Now that's the advantage that you carry now in such a situation. Set pair and looking to attack, and so even an edge will fly to the fence. Can.
Well, it was the attempted slower ball. That cut of the fingers over the top of the ball tells you that. It was, well, would have been a wide actually if he hadn't reached it. But he'll take the boundary.
It's into the gap for a run. $17 done, 127 for 5.
Well, Asif Ali has really played a low-risk game, and he had to. Islamabad were 20 for 5. He came in and he played proper cricket shots. But what's noticeable with Asif Ali is that anything outside that off stump, on sort of 4th or 5th stump, he hits through the offside. If it gets close to his body or on offside, off stump, he manages to hit it through leg. He's got a great game plan and he plays it well. And that's why he's having success.
I think the real difference was how they treated Rashid Khan. They weren't in fear of the leggy. They treated him on merit and they looked to attack him, especially Asif Ali. I think that was the real critical moment in this contest. 5 or 6 wickets down, and then you've got to see off the threat of a very, very fine leg spinner. He likes that shot, slog sweep. And I think you can play that shot to Rashid, who's not a big tweaker of the ball, more a top spinner and a googly bowler.
Yeah, and that's the difficult thing, Brahmis, is that when you're playing against Lahore Qalandars, you have to work out a way of getting on top of one of the world's best in Rashid Khan.
Oh, down.
Lovely piece of timing. This is good batting.
I'll tell you what, you get the impression, quite rightly, that both these batsmen read the varieties. And this was a rarity from Rashid because it opened up the opportunity because it was short, too short. But once you're confident that you know which way it's going to go, you can set yourself the shot in good time. Again, just got himself in position. Knew it was going to be the googly, read the googly. And played it accordingly.
This is now the highest partnership for 6 wicket in HBL PSL. One watch final. Aerial. Into the gap. Only a single. I think they've read him extremely well off the hand. And that's been the real difference.
Awesome, Danny. Oh, Rashid. Right.
5 down for 135. Yeah, to come back from 20 for 5 to 134, 35 for 5 is tremendous. Seriously good cricket, because your temperament was tested, your technique, especially against the leggy. And this Qalandars bowling attack is probably the best in this year's HBL PSL. The fact that they couldn't make a mistake, that's extra pressure that you carry. Oh, big shot. Is a mighty striker of the ball. That's gone all the way for 6. His highest score now in HBL PSL.
Beautifully struck. I mean, this is the difference between batting at the start of this innings when Shaheen Shah Afridi was almost unplayable. First ball of his final over is, well, it's in a bit of a slot, but beautifully struck. That's the other thing. Wherever it's pitched, even if the opportunity is there, you've still got to make sure you hit it cleanly, and that went a long way.
Tried a Yorker, played it away nicely. Once again, looking for that V area to hit the big shot. Time for Tapal. There's always time for Tapal.
The finest tee.
We got to cheers you there, Rummies. There's no rift in the commentary box here. I think Shaheen Shah Afridi tried to get the Yorker in first delivery, and this is the thing about T20 cricket as a bowler. He's got the experience, but if you have a bowler who hasn't got the sort of experience as Shaheen Shah Afridi, he missed his Yorker the first ball, got hit for 6, and we've seen it time and time again where bowlers who lack a bit of experience can't execute the very next delivery. Shaheen Shah Afridi adjusted his length, got it right, got the batsman who's in off strike.
Time for some sting to charge you up. Islamabad United charged through this wonderful partnership. I think they'll carry this confidence now in bowling as well, because they've come out of a very, very tricky and precarious situation with guns blazing.
Well, the physio's on the field. This is inspiration for the J. Super Over. It's a lovely bag. It's a lovely J. bag. So what's happened here? Do you reckon this is a bit of sort of cramp in that shot? Oh, here we go. It's dinner time already. Next, here's the next course. Second course coming up. What do you think this is? A bit of cramp in that shoulder muscle?
I hope so. I mean, nothing serious. Just a minor irritant, because he's been hitting 4s and 6s. 6 4s and 5 6s for Asif Ali. What a partnership. Counter charge, counter attack, and they could have easily subsided, feeling the pressure, but not to be. They were aggressive, proactive, even though a lot of dots were played, but they knew which areas to hit and target, which bowlers to take on. And as a result, this is the highest 6-wicket partnership in HBL PSL history.
What have you ordered for dinner, Ramis?
A char-grilled worm. Nicely played into the gap. We've got a contest on our hands now.
Well, it's a different sort of pitch, I think, compared to the one they played on just a few days ago now, that started this leg of the tournament. But right now we're in the same region. This was the total at the end of the first innings the other night, 143. So we're going to get a few runs further up than that. Overall, this pitch has played better. Big swing and a miss. But I think the key, let's face it, wasn't so much the pitch earlier on. It was seaming, There was a bit of swing, there was a bit of seam in those opening half a dozen overs or so. And just remember this as well. Islamabad decided they wanted to bat first because they thought it would swing at the start of the second innings of this game. So they're pinning their hopes, or they were pinning their hopes on that as much as the chance to get decent runs on the board. Well, it's not going to be the runs maybe they hoped for. So a lot now depends on what happens with their new ball. This is out there. Oh, he might have trodden on his stumps. And in fact, he has trodden on his stumps. Zinger Bale gives it away, but that's the end of a fabulous Peter batting.
Well, that's a disappointing end to a fantastic innings from Asif Ali. He really is giving Islamabad United an opportunity to win this game. Deep in the crease, trying to negate the Yorker from Shaheen Shah Afridi. And, oh, just the nick of the pad, and he knew it right about then. Asif Ali goes for 75, scores 143 for 6.
इशारा कर दें आसिफ
Mohammad Wasim to face Shaheen Afridi, who's had a glorious day with the ball. Up in the air, but into the gap. That shot was meant for a square leg or mid-wicket range. End of the over, 145 for 6. Iftikhar on 47 will be facing Haris Rauf. Have got a competitive score, Islamabad United. Oh, starts out with a Yorker. What a delivery. He's gone for the appeal as well. So the query is whether that hit the pad first or the bat. We'll find out very soon.
Third umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. On-field decision not out. Front foot, please. Fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Roll it back one more time, please. Yeah, to take a time for ultra edge building. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Look like no bat involved. Go for ultra edge, please, to confirm. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Flat line, roll through to the bats. Thank you, no bat involved. Go for ball tracking when ready, please. Original decision not out. Pitching in line, impact in line. Wickets umpire's call. Can you go back on field, please? Asif, stay with your original decision. You're on screen now.
He's had an outstanding tournament. Asif Yaqub once again reading it quite nicely. Umpire's call it turned out to be.
Well, he was reflecting the possibility for doubt and the angle. Tricky with that foot that was moving all the while. There's a moving target in front of the stumps.
These decisions can be tricky because you're on the move, you're blinded by the front pad as well because it hit the back leg. Still got it. Read it very nicely. Play and a miss. So you'd want Wasim to be on strike. 4 more balls left.
Well, this was Asif Ali. Wonderful innings coming to an end. He did the right thing. He went back in the box, gave himself a bit of room to negate the Yorker, but that's an unfortunate way of getting out. And now the contest goes with Haris Rauf, who I think is bowling beautifully here. He's changed his game plan to the tail ender. He's brought mid-off up. And he's put fine leg back, which gives him the option of either bowling the leg stump Yorker or the bouncer.
Oh, that's going to be a run out, I think. Yeah, he's going to beat it to him, to the race. So what's happening here? If Iftikhar wanted to be on strike, decision pending.
Best side on angle, please. Roll back. Satisfied? My decision is not out. Not out on big screen. Thank you.
Yeah, Iftikhar quite right that he wanted the strike and just left it too late. Haris Rauf just left it a fraction of a second too late to release the ball.
That's a wide, I think. Trying that harder length to Iftikhar is what? 3 away from his 50.
Yeah, he got it wrong here. He's trying to go wide and short, but I think that Haris Rauf, in this situation, he's got such a good Yorker, and he executes it really well. He's consistent with it. To the batsman in, definitely go the leg stump Yorker. She bowls so well, but to Wasim, potentially he could bowl that back of a length and short delivery.
Oh, that it'll get to. That's misfielded at long off. It's Rashid Khan. Would be disappointed. 150 comes up for Islamabad United. This is a grand recovery. Showed mettle and guts. Played the situation beautifully. Asif and Iftikhar. Did not flinch, did not make a mistake for such a long period of time, these two. Big shot. Will this be taken? Rashid is lining himself under that one. It's a good catch. He's all pumped up. Haris Rauf plays his cricket with a lot of passion. And a very good innings comes to an end. Obviously looking for a big shot to get to his 50 as well. Miscued it and caught.
Yeah, this time Rashid Khan calm under pressure. Takes it very easily. Iftikhar, you could say, deserved the 50, but he'll have to settle for the 49 and settle for the fact that he's given his side something of a chance here. So he's gone for 49. It's exactly 150 for 7.
Last ball of the innings, 150 for the loss of 7. We'll have to reset again. Fighting score, an outside chance for Islamabad United. Now they need to bowl well and make use of the conditions as predicted by Shadab at the toss. He feels that there'll be more in it for the paces early on with the new ball to dislodge the opposition. Let's see how they go about it. But for now, last ball to be faced by Wasim. Hits it hard enough to get it past Rashid. 2 runs of the last ball, and so Islamabad United finish on a high really, because they were loitering. They were in serious trouble at 20 for 5, and to get to 150 for the loss of 7 is quite a Herculean task, which they have achieved.
Yeah, it gives Islamabad something of a chance here. And they'll have learned lessons from the way that innings went. New ball will be crucial. James Faulkner on the right there was part of that very, very fine all-left arm opening attack, which did the early damage. Just never say die. Islamabad are in the game.